Welcome to the channel. I'm Karan, and here we'll chat about everything related to the world of cricket. Information and interesting facts.
Cricket stops as captain goes down. Inside the unforgettable day, Yashasvi Jaiswal became a record-breaking run machine and an on-field doctor in shocking scenes at Delhi Test. New Delhi, a horse fell over the Arun Jaitley Stadium. In the fading light of a day that had been utterly dominated by one man's bat, the game came to a screeching halt. Two figures lay on the pitch, grimacing in pain. One was Indian captain Shubman Gill, the other the West Indies wicketkeeper Tevin Imlach. The sickening thud of their collision echoed the sudden anxiety of the crowd. It was a moment of high drama, of genuine concern, that threatened to overshadow a day of sheer cricketing brilliance. But amid the tension, as physio sprinted towards the scene, an unexpected hero emerged in a completely new role. That hero was Yashasvi Jaiswal, and before the day was done, he would be known not just for his bat, but for his impromptu medical skills. The day, from start to finish, had belonged to Jaiswal. But this final, dramatic act cemented it in memory. As medical staff attended to the two winded players, Jaiswal, who had been a silent observer from the non-striker's end, walked cautiously over to his captain. With a mixture of genuine concern and brilliant comedic timing, he leaned over the still-dazed Gill. In a moment that has since exploded across social media, Jaiswal cheekily held up a few fingers and performed his own on-the-spot concussion test, asking his skipper the age-old question, "How many fingers am I holding up?" It was a disarming, human moment of camaraderie that sliced through the tension, a perfect, bizarre ending to a day where Jaiswal could simply do no wrong. But to truly appreciate this viral moment, one must rewind. Before he played doctor, Jaiswal played the role of chief destroyer, orchestrating a batting symphony that left the West Indies utterly mesmerized and demoralized. From the very first session, he batted with a maturity and authority that belied his 23 years. Resuming after lunch at a solid 40*, he immediately signaled his intent. The 100 for India came up swiftly in the 29th over, and Jaiswal brought up his own personal half-century in the same over with a blistering boundary off Jayden Seals, a shot that was both elegant and brutal. He found the perfect partner in Sai Sudharsan. Together, the two left-handers constructed a partnership that systematically broke the will of the opposition. It was a masterclass in collaboration. For 193 runs, they were inseparable, turning the strike over with ease, punishing bad balls with disdain, and running hard between the wickets. Sudharsan was the picture of composure, crafting his second test half-century of 87 balls and looking destined for his maiden century. He was the steady anchor to Jaiswal's flowing grace. As India sailed past 150 and then cruised beyond the 200-run mark, the duo looked invincible. However, heartbreak was just around the corner for the young Sudharsan. On a masterful 87, just 13 runs shy of a milestone he so richly deserved, he was ensnared by Jomel Warrican, leaving the field to a standing ovation for his crucial contribution. His departure brought captain Shubman Gill to the crease, but the stage remained firmly Jaiswal's. Having already built an unshakable foundation, Jaiswal began to unfurl the full, breathtaking range of his talent. He entered the 140s with a commanding 4 and then, with the crowd buzzing in anticipation, he brought up his 150. It came off just 224 balls, a knock studded with 19 glorious boundaries. But this wasn't just another big score, it was a foray into the history books. This marked the 5th time in his young test career that Jaiswal has scored over 150 runs. To put that into perspective, in the entire history of test cricket, only one man has had more 150-plus scores before turning 23, the legendary, untouchable Sir Don Bradman, who had 8. Jaiswal was now breathing the same rarefied air as the game's greatest ever batsman. Furthermore, this was the second time he had scored 150-plus on the opening day of a test in India, placing him in an exclusive two-man club with modern-day icon Virat Kohli. As the West Indies desperately took the second new ball, hoping for a change in fortune, Gill and Jaiswal calmly navigated the challenge. Gill punched a boundary to bring up the 300 for India, a testament to the team's utter dominance. By the time stumps were drawn, India stood at a colossal 318 for 2. Gill was there on 20*, having survived his scare, but all eyes were on the figure at the other end. Yashasvi Jaiswal, unbeaten on a monumental 173*, walked off the field not just as a record-breaking batsman, but as the player of the day, the talk of the town, and, for one hilarious moment, the team's unofficial doctor. The West Indies have a mountain to climb. Jaiswal, it seems, has already climbed it.